Hi, I'm Erica Courier, a commercial fisherman from Alaska. Cooking without having to thaw first lets you create healthy, delicious meals in minutes. Today I'm going to show you how to bake and broil frozen Alaska seafood. First, rinse your halibut and salmon fillets under cold water to remove the protective ice glaze. Frozen fish tastes like it was just caught. Because it is flash frozen within hours of being harvested, high-quality frozen Alaska seafood is available year-round. Preheat your broiler to 450 degrees. You want to coat your baking sheet with a non-stick cooking spray and then place the halibut fillets on the cooking sheet. I've moved the broiler rack 5 to 7 inches from the heating element because this is frozen fish. It dries out quickly if it's close to that heat. I'm going to let it cook for about 4 minutes and then season it. It's been about 4 minutes and the meat will accept the seasoning now. This is a really simple recipe called Fast and Spicy Halibut. It's on our website. Just brush a little butter on and then sprinkle with a mixture of dry seasonings. And let it cook for a few more minutes. If you think about it, although it takes longer to cook, you save a substantial amount of time by not thawing. And if you watch the color, you're going to come out with moist and juicy fish. I always check my fish about 3/4 of the way into cooking time, just so you can get a good idea on where it is. Spices are a little dark on the fillet. Anytime you use butter, dry spices, and you're broiling fish, it's going to happen, but it's just fine. Okay, let's take a look. It's still a little bit translucent. Give it a few more minutes. Cooking frozen fish is so unbelievably easy. You just put it in the oven and minutes later you have a great meal. Let's take another look. You can see how it's changed from translucent to opaque. It's done. I'm going to pull it out of the heat. Remember, it'll keep cooking away from the heat source. I'm going to spray the baking sheet again. It's just a step that makes your life easier in the future. This recipe is sesame ginger salmon, and the recipe is on our website. Start by layering onions and cilantro. Then put 2 lemons on each stack. And spoon a mixture of ginger and sesame oil on each stack as well. Then put your frozen salmon fillets on the baking sheet. And it too is ready for the oven. The broiler's been preheated to 450, so we're going to put the salmon in. You want to place the salmon 4 to 5 inches from the heating element. It's going to take about 8 minutes for it to brown, a little less if the salmon was fresh, not frozen. It's been about 8 minutes, so I'm going to add the seasoning and turn the oven down to bake, 375. This is the sesame and ginger that we used to spoon on top of the lemons before we put the salmon fillets on them. I mixed it with soy sauce and sake. When you're cooking frozen, you want to let the meat cook a little bit so it accepts the flavors of any seasoning you want to add. So it'll bake for another 8 minutes, depending on the thickness of the fish. Time to check the fish. We're looking for a color change from translucent to just opaque. We're there, so it's done. It took about another 8 minutes. You can't go wrong with frozen Alaska seafood, and cooking it from frozen is so convenient. You end up with a great tasting, healthy meal in just minutes. Just remember to start with a hot oven, season it about halfway through, and watch the color so you don't overcook it.